Are your kids all white? They're mixed? I knew it. I knew it when you started talking. I go, you ain't got no white babies. I knew the minute you started talking, I go, oh no. There were some Jerry curls in '84.
You know, I'm bad. I'm bad.
He wasn't at no Garth Brooks concert. He was at Summer Jam, Tulsa.
You're like that one white girl at Summer Jam. Don't walk away, boy.
I can just see you at the club, the one white girl, the brother on you.
Can't explain why your love it makes you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
I know. I'm not mad at you. We could have hung out back in the day. I'm like, yeah, I got a black one for you, but I got you a black one too. Thanks. High five. Call me when you find another one. Everybody think we together and shit. We're just wing man, wing woman like a motherfucker. Oh, that's too funny, man. How did you know? Because we out here, like there's some of us out here, you know, like. You knew it at an early age. I always say that shit, man. You're born that way. It's so true. Not for all of everybody, but there's a lot of white people out there that were just born. Just like you're born gay. Motherfucker could be born gay, right? You know you gay. Why you gay? Because an asshole makes your dick hard. In the end, that's why you're gay. I don't know. I slept with one white girl, 1996. And it was great. It was a good night, but it was just different. Because it was like, I don't know, it's like we blended into each other, you know? Like I was so used to like a color contrast. I go, oh my God, am I grabbing your ass or mine right now? I'm fucking smacking my own ass. What the fuck? Why did I just smack my own ass? Oh, right here. Oh, I thought you was me. It's wild, you know, like we're so used to peekaboo in the bedroom. You know? Never, no white guy ever? There was, yeah, here in Oklahoma, I figured we won at some point. I was stupid at some point, a motherfucker came along. Was that like high school or some shit? Just giving it a go? As an adult? You tried it? Didn't like it? Damn, he was like, I tried it, man. Didn't like it. This wasn't for me, man. If it's pink or red, it better be a popsicle. I know that. That's interesting. I'm so interested now. And where did you guys meet at then? Where'd you guys meet? We grew up together?
Kids, and then we just kind of like separated.
Yeah. I can tell you've been around black people. You talk with your hands. You know, it's like, ooh, that's different. Like we was together, then we separated. And then, you know, life just be going up and down, around. And then one night I passed, I was asleep. And I woke up, this motherfucker was standing on me smiling. So, it is what it is, woo woo. And you got brothers and sisters? Yeah, you're probably the only one, right? They all like white people, like white dudes and girls. Same shit. I got 7 brothers and sisters, and it is white on white on white on white on white. I do enjoy white weddings, though. I do. I'll take a white wedding over a black wedding every day. It's just fun. Motherfucker, they dancing to the wrong song and shit. They don't give a fuck. It's fucking Soulja Boy. What are you doing? Because I mean you. Because I mean you. What the fuck are you dancing to? I'm really enjoying this, though. I love white weddings, man. They're the fucking best. Have you asked Gary, a black wedding or white wedding? I'm going to a white wedding. Every time. Because you don't know what the fuck, the music's going to switch in the middle. They'll literally go from like 3 Doors Down to Tupac. No segue. I'm here without you, baby. Ain't nothing like a gangster party. What the fuck? That was a fucking transition for your ass. That's why I fucked your bitch, and the thunder rolls, and the lightning strikes. What the fuck just happened?
Hey, y'all, you listen to the Gary Owen podcast. Hashtag Get Some. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Owen with the Get Some podcast. You can listen to this on iTunes. Just search Gary Owen, hashtag Get Some, or go to my YouTube page, youtube.com/GaryOwenCom. Shout out to Timeless Recording Studio. You can follow them at Timeless R Studio on Instagram. They've opened up their doors for me, so I gotta give them a shout out. I want to thank everybody in Chicago, Illinois, aka the suburbs of Schaumburg. Last weekend I was there. We packed out the whole weekend, and this weekend I'm in Memphis, Tennessee at Chuckles Comedy Club. And then July 28th, I'm in Tucson, Arizona at the Desert Diamond Casino. And then first weekend in August, I'm in Buffalo, New York. Stop the hate. I'm at Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo, New York. Now, I got a special guest today. Me and this guy go back 2003. Yeah, 2015 years. This is where I met him. I got asked to do a comedy show for University of Southern California Trojans. It was a football team. And they were getting ready to play. Who were you playing that year?
I think Oklahoma.
Oklahoma was a national title game?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're getting ready to play Oklahoma in like a month. This was their break. Because, you know, the way college football is, it's weird. Like, their last game is like the last week of November, first week of December. Then they got a month before they got to play January 1st or 2nd. So this was right before Christmas. I get this call. I go to this compound in Malibu. This guy, I guess the guy that is a supporter of USC and a booster, he started
Public storage. I think.
Public storage, that's it.
Yep.
And the guy that called me for the show was Al Callens. The guy that drove O.J. Simpson in the white Bronco is the one that contacted me from a show. And I don't know how he got my info. And I get this phone call. It's Al Callens. I'm scared to say no.
You can't. You can't. You can't.
So I go to this show, and there's a couple comments to go before me. And you got to keep in mind, only people at this show was University of Southern California's football team. So you got a bunch of guys between 18 and 22 years old. Then you got coaches. Then you got some trainers, and that's it. So it's literally like 100 dudes, maybe a couple girls that are interning or on the training staff, but it's basically all dudes and young. The comics before me are bombing. I mean, they're eating it. And I'm sitting here in the back like, I ain't telling no jokes. I was like, I'm just going to go up there and start bagging on them. And I don't know their roster like that. So I'm just looking at guys that I can make fun of by their looks. And I don't know who's who. I mean, you obviously knew who Reggie Bush was, knew who Matt Leinart was. You know the big name guys. Mike Williams was he was there. So you knew the big star players. But I didn't know any offensive linemen, defensive linemen. But this is where I met this guy. His name's Frosty Rucker, ex-Cincinnati Bengal, ex-Arizona Cardinal, ex-Cleveland Brown for a hot second. Currently with the Oakland Raiders.
Yes, sir.
But he's still a defensive lineman, but he was on USC's team. So I just gave you my perspective from what happened that day. And I start going in on everybody on USC's team. And it got to the point where they were coming back at me just as hard. And so I'm like, it's like literally 80 dudes against me. And I'm trying to get them, but at one point it was coming hot and heavy.
Yeah, it was like the lunch tables at school.
Lunch table, yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't the dozens, it was the 24s. Because I was getting it from every angle, and I'm trying to keep up. But it became like this legendary night that if you was there, and there's no filming, there wasn't any recording of it, if you was on USC's football team in 2003-04, you still talk about that show. To this day, you still talk about it.
Top.
Now, what did you guys think was going on when you was on your way to the I call it the drug mansion, because it looked like one of them Scarface mansions that this place was at.
It was nice though, right? I wish I can get an invite back. How about that?
Right.
We knew going into it, whatever is in front of us, we were going to laugh about it. So we didn't know if we had a comedian. We didn't know if we had circus animals, anything. Coach Carroll's a fun coach, right?
Oh yeah, Coach Carroll was the coach at the time.
Yeah. So we knew going into it, something's going to be fun because he wouldn't waste our time with any. Can I say bullshit? With any bullshit, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't waste our time. So we get there, and like you said, everyone was bombing. They didn't know what they were walking into. We were a bunch of savages out there.
Yeah.
And like you said, the jokes are coming from everywhere because the whole team was funny. Coaches, trainers, everyone was funny. Everyone had a joke. So it was a great environment. And then Gary came up to bat, and he was prepared. Like you said, he was the last one up. So you were prepared, and that was the best thing because you didn't go out there first and be like, "Oh crap, I had a whole script."
Yeah,
nah, player, we're gonna get you. So everyone's going back and forth, and that night, Lee Webb and Gary Owen had one of the best head-to-head
back and forth
matchups I've seen.
Yeah, Lee Webb was a backup running back for USC. That's why when he says his name, you've never heard of him. He's a nice guy, but it was funny because I remember I had on this velvet-looking shirt. And I had matching loafers, and he went in on my outfit so bad. But what I remember was he gave me a put down that wasn't a put down. To this day, I'm still like, that wasn't a put down. So Lee Webb, I invite him. There's no stage. It's just this. It's a tent, and they put this big flooring down on the tent so they could feed everybody. And then they had coaches thanking everybody and stuff. And then the comedians start going up. So it wasn't a stage. We just went in front of you guys, right? And Lee said, "That's why you look like a swole-ass Justin Timberlake." And you guys went crazy. And I go, that's like a great compliment.
But
that's
that
not a
was
put down.
15 years ago. We were just on our guy's side.
Right. But I was like,
now.
but I'm looking at you guys like, I'm literally yelling at the team. Go, that's not a fucking put down.
Hey,
that's a great compliment.
But you had to come back with something.
That's why
you had to come back because no matter what you knew in that truth, it was still funny to everyone else.
Yeah. So that night was legendary. So then they asked me back the next year, right? So I come back. This is 2004, 2005 season. Who'd you guys play that year?
That was Texas. You wanted to say it like that?
No. Texas was the year after that because I wasn't allowed. I did a video.
So you did 2003 before we played Michigan.
Michigan. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
that was for the Rose Bowl.
2004. So, yeah.
That was for Michigan. Then the next year I came back and I brought Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I brought Kevin Hart before you guys played Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl.
That's when it got good.
So I tell Kevin, I warn Kevin, I go, "Kevin, don't do jokes, dude. Don't do jokes." I go, "Just start bagging on them and I'll come in and finish up." I said, "But they're going to try to come at you." And when me and Kevin got there like an hour before the team buses pulled up, we were playing basketball, shooting basketball. And I remember telling Kevin, I said, "Look, man, I know you're funny, but don't tell no jokes, bro." I said, "These guys are coming." And when you guys got off the bus, dude, there was dudes heckling me like, "Dude, we ready? We ready?" Like dudes had shit written out. Like the Asian dudes.
Shout out to all the boys at SC for doing that and lighting Gary's ass up.
Yeah. Whatever. That was a good try. That was a try to lighten up.
Okay.
Yeah, but the
You're
two
right.
Asian dudes was the funniest.
The Tings.
The Tings?
Yeah.
What happened to them?
They're doctors.
Well, I figured as much. The Tings. There was two Asian dudes, and I don't know if they were twins or they just looked alike.
Twins.
But they came and showed me. They go, "Gary, we've been writing." So I was like, "All year? We've been writing all year?" And so Kevin goes up and he tries to tell jokes. And it's not working. I'm looking at him like, I told him don't tell no jokes. And then you guys, I'll never forget, somebody yelled from the back. Somebody said, why does that sidekick look like a VCR on your hip? And then gloves was off. Kev went, oh, you guys got jokes. You guys got jokes. And then Kevin got trial by fire.
Oh.
Now he's in the mix. It's back and forth with Kevin.
They're some of the best jokes I've ever heard in my life, Gary.
Yeah, Kevin got lit up pretty good
Yeah.
that day. Because he's smart. He's short. That's obvious. He's small. He was young. And you guys were ready where I don't think he was as ready.
Yeah, he didn't know how aggressive it was going to be.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, they got jokes. No, the whole crowd is ready to get you.
Yeah. And you guys have been bagging, like any sports team, you guys bag on each other all day, every day.
All day.
As comedians, we're used to one. It's usually one heckler. This is like a room full of hecklers.
Do you get them kicked out when that happens?
Now?
Yeah.
It's funny, man. When you get more popular as a comedian and you start making more money and charging for ticket prices, you don't get hecklers that much because
they want to watch
people
the show.
paid to see a show. You get hecklers in the beginning when you're at bars and nightclubs because they're just people just showing up like, fuck it, I'll just bag on them. You don't get them.
Taking shots in the back.
Yeah. Now, if you get a heckler, it's usually alcohol induced. And sometimes you got to let them out. I try not to kick a heckler out immediately. I try to let them, give them the benefit of the doubt. But it gets to a point where...
What's the final straw?
When they're just talking to talk. And they're losing, clearly, but they won't stop. Last time I kicked a guy out was last summer in Marco Island. But he yelled the N-word on the way out. And I got him fired from his job and everything. Because then he sent me a Facebook message talking about I'm a monkey-loving N-word, blah, blah, blah. And he got... he was at my show, Marco Island. He turned his back to me. Like, he literally turned his back and was talking to his table. And I said, hey, man, you gotta be quiet. And then he wouldn't shut up and he wouldn't stop. So I said, dude, you just gotta go. And then he got kicked out. On the way out, he yelled,
wow.
You N-word lover. And I was like, did he just say what I thought he said? And then he sent me a Facebook post. So I reposted the Facebook post. And then on my social media, his name was on there. Man. They was coming at him. I was like, Beyonce got the beehive, I got the G-hive. They was coming at him. For real.
That's a new one. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So we'll get into your career in a second. Let's finish up the USC. So then I come back, and Kev ended up getting in the groove and doing his thing. He went back and forth pretty good. Then I went up and finished up, but I was extra prepared that year because I knew everybody's stats.
Oh, yeah.
I knew everything about the team.
We couldn't hide from it.
Right. Well, you guys were the only team in LA. You guys were like rock stars back then. I mean, USC was it, And then the next year, they said I couldn't do it. For whatever reason, the NCAA, I couldn't get paid. Something happened where I wasn't allowed to come. So you could tell me what happened. Before the Texas game, I did a video, and I sent it to Coach Carroll. Because I said, can I at least do a video for the guys?
Just tell me you're going to play this video and some audio when I get done telling my side.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
It's on YouTube right now. The video's on YouTube.
Those people got to go back and look at that. That's
I posted it. You're on it.
Oh, you killed me.
But what I was told was Coach Carroll told the team, I knew you guys was out last night. I told you guys we got cameras, and then you motherfuckers are fucking this up. And then he played the video where I was like, what's up, guys?
Yeah, it was a Christmas one.
Yeah, Christmas.
Oh, he killed us.
So you're sitting in the meeting room and everybody thinks they're in trouble?
We're thinking we're getting chewed out. He rarely does that. So when he's real serious, Coach Carroll has his bat. I don't know who he think he's scaring with the bat, but it gets kind of intense when he has the bat around because you got to protect your team. He starts hitting on the table and whatnot. One of the only times you're like, oh, all right, man, let me tighten up. And then he plays the video and it's your face that comes out and everyone just lost it. I mean, the back and forth for the years, and then to get the video, you couldn't be there, and you explain why in some BS way. Who knows? And then
that was
just
a great
went
video
in on us because we couldn't even come back, so you had to sit there and take it. And you went through down the line, everyone's name. You got to mine. I was going to tell you earlier when you introduced me to say my name again because you said Frosty Rucker. Well, I don't know why you say it like that.
Frosty Rucker.
And he's like, it sounds like you're parched. And I'll never forget that. And no, it's good times, man. And there's only so many times you can take an L when someone's making fun of you. And we had to take the L because we couldn't come back.
Right. But I wish I would have been there to do it in person. But and then I was able when you left. I don't know. Did you graduate?
Yes, I graduated.
Okay. when you finished.
This is gonna get good. Let's just keep
I
rolling.
don't know if you graduated. When you graduated and then got drafted, I kept coming back. Like for
did you?
3
You
or
were
4
back?
years. Like I was there through the Josh Booty, Ray Maluga.
So you kept killing them.
Those days, but it wasn't
Isn't that funny?
It wasn't as good as you guys, because you guys, I mean, you were giving it back, and then the team was still good, but it wasn't like
That's
rock
why
stars.
We
You know?
won national championships.
Yeah. It was,
did
you know, Mark Sanchez and Josh Booty and Garrett,
So
those guys.
yeah.
Were there. I mean, the
players.
linebackers was good.
Yeah, good players.
Maluga, Cushing,
Rivers.
Matthews. The
And Rivers.
linebackers were good.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the personality like those first 3 years. But it was still good. And it never failed. I'd still bring comics. I brought Rodney Perry one year, and then I brought Jay Phillips, and I was like, don't tell jokes.
People don't
I guess
listen.
comics think like, nah, my shit'll work.
No.
But I'd always tell them, don't tell jokes. I go, these guys just go in.
It's our culture.
And I researched, and Coach Carroll one year gave me dibs on people. He told me one guy got caught jacking off in the dorm, and he was like, yo, we've been bagging on him all year. So I literally went on stage, and he showed me who the guy was, and I gave him like all the butter and
glad he wasn't on my
everybody was
team.
eating dinner. So I gave him all the butter.
That's so disgusting.
I said, you might need that later. And everybody's like, how the hell do you know that?
Coach Carroll.
Let me tell you the one of the coolest things Coach Pete Carroll did. So one year he was getting honored by the city of LA for all the work he does with the gang
In the
members.
communities. Yeah, he does
He
a great
would go
job.
into gang infested
At
neighborhoods.
nighttime.
A white dude.
At nighttime.
Right. And
Yeah.
talk to like young kids and the gang members and try to create some kind of peace. And so the city of LA gave him an award. So I'll never forget, I don't know if it was Al Callens or Pete's assistant contacted me and said, Pete wants you to roast him a little bit and be the comedian for the evening.
I can
said,
do
"Great."
that.
So I said, all right. So the organizers of this event called and was like, yeah, just be at the Beverly Hilton at this time. I said, I don't live in LA. I said, I need to get flown in. I need a hotel room. And I wasn't even asking to get paid. I just want to do it for Coach, but I'm not going to lose money.
Right.
So they were like, no, you're not getting anything. Like, that's it. So I called Coach Carroll's assistant back and I said, look, I really want to do it, but I don't live in LA. So he goes, Coach Carroll asked for you. He said, so they're going to do it. So I called back and I told the lady, I said, I want you to call Coach Carroll and tell her why I can't be there.
Right.
I got an email with my flight itinerary, with the hotel. And this is what kills me. It was at the Beverly Hilton. Like, it's at the venue. Just give me a room at the Hilton. That's what they end up doing. But it was so funny. So now the event happens, right? So I go up there, I'm bagging on Coach Carroll and some of the other celebrities in the audience. The next day, the Los Angeles Times ran this big article about Coach Carroll, right? It said, and the audience was entertained by Michael Bolton,
Wow.
the Debbie Allen Dance Theater, Will Ferrell, and there's one other person. Completely left me off.
Forgot you.
And when I tell you, I was the
Well,
entertainment.
look at the other names.
I was, but I know, but
I'm just kidding.
Michael Bolton, okay, sang a couple songs, slow songs. Will Ferrell did a video
So he wasn't
that
there.
hit in the beginning, but then it fell flat. Like when he first got on screen, he was in a sumo outfit or something. It hit, but then if it was 5 minutes, it should have been 2 minutes,
Got it.
right? And then,
So you can say that. I will never.
right, but no, I mean that's what I'm going to what the audience happened because it was funny, and then it went a little too long, and then Debbie Allen's dance troupe went up, and no knock to the kids, but all right for that audience,
I don't even know. So keep going.
Right. There's a bunch of gangbangers, and then here's what's funny. There's a bunch of gangbangers in the back.
Supporting PC.
Yeah. And they invited them, and like 3 of them was in wheelchairs, been shot, and I go up there, right? And so it's corporate America and then gangbangers in the back. When they announced me, it was silence, but the gangbangers went nuts in
They
the
knew
back.
what time it was.
That's our dude. That's our dude right there.
You'll never forget that.
They laughed at everything where everybody else was cool, but I could tell they didn't know how to take me because they goes, he just going on Pete? Like I act like this shit wasn't no big deal,
and
right?
Pete didn't tell them what was
Yeah,
going to
but
happen.
Pete was dying and his family. And I just remember I told there was kids in the audience, so I had to be clean also, which tempered it. But I remember my closing joke was, listen, guys, I want you to always remember you can do anything you want in life. Don't let your circumstances dictate what you can be in the future. I said, if you want to be a pro football player, you can be a pro football player. I said, and if you don't have the athletic ability and you're too slow or too short and it's just not working out for you, look at Coach Carroll. You can go into coaching. But you could still be a part of football.
Dad, he loved that one.
Yeah, that was the end. Like, it was like you could be a coach if you're not good enough to be a player. But I just remember the next day, the LA Times ran an article about the whole event. There wasn't a snippet of me at all.
They cut all that out.
The rumor I heard, now this is the rumor, and I don't know if it's true, was that the event organizers wanted Billy Crystal. The event organizers.
And PC
wanted me.
You're his guy.
And so they were like, well, we didn't get our guy. And if it wasn't me, it was somebody else they had to bring in. But that was the rumor I heard, like you wasn't their choice. And Coach Carroll said, nah, I want Gary.
I mean, by far. Because
when I called his secretary, she said, okay, you tell them that this is, Pete wants you.
Oh.
Okay, that's all she said. Because I told her, I want to come. She goes, well, Pete asked for you. That's why the call came. So I called him back. I said, I want you to call Coach Carroll and tell them why I'm not there. When I tell you, I never got a call back. I got and it was the driest email. It wasn't like we looking forward to your performance, everything. Hot. It was just name, flight information, hotel confirmation. That's it.
Yeah.
And I never heard from him.
And don't ask for me.
Right. And this is what's crazy about Coach Carroll. I still have his email, and I don't try to bother him. I mean, NFL coach, he's busy. When I tell you 2 days for the Super Bowl when they played the Patriots, I just sent him an email. And I said, hey, Coach, I know you're busy this week, but good luck, man. I'm rooting for you. I got an email back in like 5 minutes. Like, appreciate it, man. We got to get in touch or something like that. I was like, don't you have a game?
Right.
It was like so quick.
You're his guy.
It was like this year. Here's the thing about the Super Bowl, man, is this year, Randy Moss asked me to come roast him because he did a private event because it was in Minnesota. He's ex-Viking, and he was going in the Hall of Fame. So I get to his event, and the owner of the Patriots shows up, Robert Kraft. Yeah. Bill Belichick stopped by, and they said Brady was coming, but he didn't stop by. But I was like, the game, this is Friday. The game's Sunday. And they just stopped by to support. But I'm like, it's funny because in your brain, you think Super Bowl, you don't have time for nothing.
But guys like that, they're probably like, I need to do this to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But that tells you a lot about Randy, too.
Right.
You know? Because I guarantee you David Terrell, they wouldn't showing up. Ex-Patriot.
Where do you go with these things, man?
David Terrell was a wide receiver in Michigan.
Oh, I know.
But this is a random David Terrell story. The Rookie Symposium. I'm watching ESPN, and they had all these guys come in and talk to Rookie Symposium. They go to David Terrell's hotel room. He goes, look, that was cool, but I got these Coogee shorts, this Coogee sweater. And I went, oh, he ain't going to make it.
He had all the hot stuff?
I literally was like this. Oh, he ain't going to make it.
Right.
Now, when you got drafted, did you have to go to the Rookie Symposium?
Yeah. We went down there. It was in San Diego. So I was on Southern Cal soil, so I was cool.
That's a great city. Probably, but now you used to live in Cincy?
Yeah.
All off season?
I live here.
Why?
It's safe, man. For me.
Why is this? What do you mean by safe?
Not according to First 48, but
that's what I was thinking.
No, yeah, I don't live there.
Safe? What do you mean?
It's safe for me. It's not LA. It's not the hustle and bustle. I can sit on my porch and chill and stay out the way.
Do you live in Kentucky or
I live
Ohio?
in Kentucky. You know how.
That's what I think. A lot of people don't know this. Guys that play for the Bengals, 90% of them live in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Why do you guys all live in Kentucky?
I don't know. I think because right when you go into downtown Cincinnati, there's no homes and stuff. You're in a high rise or whatnot, and it takes a while to get to a house. So on the Kentucky side, there's no downtown right there, so it's already homes and stuff like that. So you can plug and play.
Okay.
That's my reasoning.
I don't know. I just know every time I meet a player and if they ask me to stop by or something, it's always in Kentucky. Right. I'm like, did any of you guys live in Ohio?
It's close to the airport.
It is close to the airport.
Uh-huh.
Now, when you got drafted and you first got to Cincy, did you live in a hotel? Did they give you temporary
right there
housing?
in Covington. Right there in
a
Covington.
Hotel?
Oh yeah, right under the train tracks.
What hotel was it?
The Marriott, right there by that McDonald's, right there in Covington, right off the highway.
Oh,
yeah, right
okay.
in the cut, right there in the cut. So.
Because I remember talking to, I don't know if you remember Rudy Johnson. Was Rudy here when you was here?
Yeah. Drew J.
Yeah, Rudy said, this is the funniest thing. I went up to him one day. I said, Rudy, I heard a rumor was you lived at the Hampton Inn your first 2 years. Then you lived at the Embassy Suites your third year. Then the fourth year, he started balling and got a deal. And he goes, time change. But then he said the N-word. Times changed. I'll say motherfucker. Times changed, motherfucker. That's all he said.
That's all he always said.
All right, good meeting you.
Club Rouge.
He was at
that's
one of my
guy.
shows. I said, Rudy, I heard you lived at the Hampton Inn. Then you moved up to the Embassy Suites, and now you got a house. Time changed, motherfucker. That's
Quick with it though. Quick with it though.
Right. But I was like, that's all he said.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people don't. I'm like you. When I asked you to do my podcast, I said you want to film in the morning, and you said I'm shipping my car to Oakland.
Yeah.
So
Gotta go to work. Got work to do.
So you just have how many cars you have?
2.
So one stays in Ohio the whole time, and the
No,
other
they
one goes
both
wherever
go with
you
me.
go. Because you've been in Phoenix. I mean,
Yeah, I
Cleveland
was
you
in
can just
Phoenix
drive
for
up.
5 years, so both my cars were out there.
Did you get a house in Phoenix?
No,
rent
just
it?
rental. Yeah,
You didn't like Phoenix?
I do.
Phoenix is one of my favorite cities, man.
Too off the chain for me.
Too often. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense why you live in Cincy. Oh, you're trying to slow it down.
I've been trying to slow it down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
I can read between the lines.
Because there's a certain time period you got where a bluffer where you think you can do that stuff, and then it has to go away. And I've acceded that.
So you
obviously.
soiled your oats.
Yeah, by the
so to
time I
speak.
start getting gray hair, I had to shut it down. Right?
Got it. I can see that.
Yeah, you
I
get the
can see
grays,
that.
it's over. The party is completely over.
I know quite a few ball players that in the back of my head, I'm like, they should be in a small market.
Yeah,
They flourish in a small market. I knew an NBA guy, I'm not going to name no names, but whenever he played on a small market team, like a Portland or Milwaukee,
got busy.
he balled. And then the minute he was on big city teams, he wasn't playing the same. Clearly, it was probably because he was going out,
Oh yeah.
stuff like that.
My whole thing is it's not so much the going out for me, because I played in Phoenix and we were pretty damn good the time I was there. But it's just having so much to do. When you have options to go to different restaurants, different sizes of the city, and all these other things, and here it's kind of limited in the sort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was trying to give it a little hype because I live here, but it's limited. So it's either downtown or you can get the outskirts or something, but nothing like Scottsdale and all those neighboring neighborhoods and hiking and all the things that are good, but they can also be a distraction when you're trying to focus on job at task.
So this is where you're gonna stay, like 60-year-old Frosty Rucker's on the front porch in Kentucky,
That just sounds so
right? Is
yeah,
that
maybe
that's where you see it?
It's a good possibility. Yeah,
'Cause
I don't have no beef with it though.
I don't either,
Because I can go all those other places if I want and come right back and sit down somewhere.
I
can't
tell
live
people,
there.
You can't live there.
No.
Yeah, I tell people that when they always ask me why I live in Cincy. I always say I'm a comedian. I'm on the road every week.
Right.
I see every city as it is.
Exactly.
I can live wherever I want. Yeah, I can see that though. Your reasoning though, I don't know. I like dining options. When you're talking about dining,
but I have to watch what I'm eating too. Well, as for you, because you're working out now.
Yeah, but
I seen
that's
you
the
in
thing.
the gym the other day.
California, a lot more healthier options too. If you look at that, because
Correct, but a lot more-
you got to search out
But
here.
a lot more traffic that you're sitting in the car and stuff. So then you're going to want something to eat and you can slide over to La Brea and hit up Roscoe. Or, you know what I mean? You're going to do, things like that. Or it's just too much. Too much for me.
Okay, let's go back to a young Frosty.
I'm there. I stayed there in the off season.
Tustin, right?
Yeah, Tustin, California.
Where is that?
Right by the airport, Orange County Airport.
Right by Orange County. Because every time I see it, I go, I have no idea where that's at.
It's
I've
right by
never
the
heard of
airport.
anybody else
So
come
it's
from
like
Tustin.
Irvine, Santa Ana, Tustin, right there.
Anybody else famous ever come out of there?
Cuba Gooding Jr. went to school there his freshman year in high school, and I'm taking it.
He went to the high school you went to?
Yeah, Tustin High.
Tustin High.
Yeah,
So when people say Tustin High, do they go Frosty Rucker went here or Cuba Gooding Jr. went there?
Frosty Rucker.
Frosty Rucker. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm always funny. It's always funny to me when people be like, Michael Jordan went to my high school. I'd be like, no, you went to Michael Jordan's high school.
Absolutely.
I said, because if he dies, they're going to rename the gym after him. If you
Absolutely.
die, they're going to be like, oh, boy died.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, boy died last year, man. Who?
Remember him?
The dude in the math class.
Yeah, remember
went to
in
the
the
top of the
corner?
rope in gym class.
Yeah.
That's always funny.
He
People
didn't
like,
have a
"Yeah,
belt.
dude, my
You
high
know he
school."
kept doing that.
Yeah.
He didn't have a belt. That guy. Yeah, that guy.
So you at is it Tustin High?
Tustin High.
What's the mascot? The Toros?
A tiller.
What is it?
A tiller.
What is that?
It's a farmer. Because you know the till.
The Tustin Tillers.
Yeah.
Is it like going to children of the
Don't
corn
do
things?
that. No. I hope not.
What's a tiller? I don't even know what a tiller is.
Yeah, pretty much what you just said, but I didn't want it. It looked bad on TV.
The Tustin Tillers. Did you, who? Okay, you went to USC. Who was number 2?
Who number 2 was?
Like, if you didn't go to USC, you weren't just getting recruited by USC.
No. I actually had a recruiting trip to go to the U that I
Miami.
Yeah. but I got persuaded. I actually started in Colorado. I went from Colorado State to USC.
You started at Colorado State?
Yeah, so then my
I didn't know
first
that.
year there, I sat out, and that's the year Carson Palmer won the Heisman and got us really on the map. You know what I'm saying? And that was Pete Carroll's, I think, third year.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just cooking, and then I went home, decided to go home. My mom made me, pretty much.
Did USC want you before you went to Colorado State?
Yeah, they recruited me.
And why'd you choose Colorado State?
And my grades weren't good, man.
That was the reason?
Absolutely.
I was thinking if you could ball.
No,
like,
because that's a
work around
private
the
school.
grades.
You know, everything has to be a little bit different to
USC
get in
is?
there. Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's a private
Oh,
school.
that's right, because the Pac-10, the only public school is Arizona State,
Yeah.
right?
And
All-
UCLA.
And UCLA.
Yeah.
So that's like open enrollment. Yeah, because Terrell Suggs got mad at me one night
T-Suggs did.
because he got mad at me a few times in his life. But
He's the reason I play defensive line, by the way. And I'll tell you
Terrell
that story.
Suggs?
He's the reason.
he got mad at me because Ray Lewis used to do Ray's Summer Days in Baltimore. And I was a comedian. I'm such a sports fan. First year I did it, Ray was like, he's coming back
Right.
because he knows football. So I was bagging on guys and stuff. And then one night we was out after the show having some drinks, and Terrell Suggs walked by me.
What'd
and
you
I go,
say?
I go, T-Sizzle. I go, Arizona State. I go, the only Pac-10 school that you don't even know. What I say? I said, you don't need no test to get in. Everybody can get in that school. And he goes, you just call me stupid? And I was like, where did you get that?
But you kind of did.
But I didn't. I was just like, I was back on the school, not him. But I thought he would laugh about it. But he took it serious
Oh, it wasn't funny.
at all.
Wow.
And then here, fast forward, 2010, I'm in LA at a party, and he kicked me out of his VIP section.
Dead serious. He seen you and was like,
Yeah.
you got to go.
He got to go.
You got to go.
And I went, here's what happened. I'm thinking it's squash. He ain't going to remember.
Years
right?
later.
It's 3 years later, right? He goes, he walked by and he had sunglasses on the club. This is exactly what I said. I said, T-Sizzle with the stunner shades on.
Why?
And he was like this. He goes, what'd you say? I go, T-Sizzle with the stunner. I didn't say like T-Sizzle with the stunner shades on. He goes, he's gone. He's out. And I went like this. I leave with my hands up, and the security
out.
guy came over, and I know being in nightclubs, this, don't fight it. You're gonna lose,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So I was like this. I just walked away, right? I'm good. Why? This is the spring of 2010. Why did that summer the Ravens hire me to roast him at training camp?
Did you lay
It
off
was a
him?
wrap.
You went for it.
Oh,
Because he kicked you out.
for the throat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
For the throat. And it
Wow.
got to the point where he was starting to get upset, but the whole team was laughing.
So you had to keep going.
So they was like, you can't, if everybody's laughing but you just got to start laughing or you look like a dick. Because he said, hey, man.
he
He
yelled
said,
at you?
yeah, in the roast. He goes, hey, man, you better stop leaving me alone. Because I had talked about that night in my act. I had talked about him kicking me out and on radio shows and stuff. So he said, I mean, you gotta stop talking about, man, you fucking up my pussy game. I said, your face fucks up your pussy game. And I'll never forget, I said, and then we've been cool since then. Like he ran into me at a nightclub and I got shook because I go, oh fuck, he might still be mad. And then he came up and then
Tried to
we've been
jump you.
cool ever since. But I said, you and Joey Porter are the only two that United Way won't use for their ad. They want radio commercials because once they saw your face. And I said, you're the only two that never, your baby teeth never fell
How
out.
would you?
I went in on his teeth a little bit, but he got his teeth fixed, so he's good, right? But he saw me at a club like a year later, and I literally, my stomach dropped because I was in Baltimore.
Now he gonna beat you up.
And Ken Hamlin, he used to play for the Cowboys, and he was playing for the Ravens. I met him out, and we wasn't even at a nightclub. It was like a rooftop lounge, so it was real laid back. Everybody, you could eat and have drinks.
They'll throw you
and
off.
he walked in with like 4 dudes, and I literally went, "Oh shit!" And I told Ken, I go, "I need your help." I go, you gotta
Like
be a
he was
buffer.
gonna do something?
No, just say he's my guy. Don't hurt him. And then I saw him make eye contact like this, like
Is that
sucks
him?
him. And I went, oh shit. And then I literally came up like, dude, let's squash it. I'm sorry. And then
Just tucked your tail.
he was good. He was like this. Nah, man, we good, man. You know,
Finally.
because I know you just kidding. That's what you do. You know what I mean? Like that's what you do.
Yeah.
Because you're not the only guy I bagged on. But yeah, thank God for Ken Hamlin that night. Because I started shaking like, ugh. Now, what's your T-Suggs story that made you want to be a D lineman?
Well, hey, he's a legend. He's still playing and at a high level. So hats off to him. He's one of the guys that I admire. Just so I wanted to say that. But I came to SC as a linebacker, and my year I was redshirting, Coach Carroll made me play defensive end the game we were playing Arizona State, and I had to play T. Suggs. And, you know, I thought I was all world middle linebacker. I was just that dude. And he's like, just have fun. You beat the tackle. And we had a really good tackle. And he's like, I don't care what moves you use because T. Suggs is a beast. He can.
So this is in practice?
Yeah. So I'm just having fun. I'm juking the guy and doing all I can do. Literally after the game, the next week, I was in a whole different meeting room. I was with the defensive lineman. I was like, hold up.
So he was like scout team.
Yeah,
basically.
so I'm one of those players, you know what I mean? Like, hold on. I'm going to call my mom. Well, I didn't come here to do that. And then he was like, look. I think you got a future here, which you showed this week. And I had to trust in PC, and he got me to where I'm at. But it was T. Suggs. Emulating T. Sizzle with the shades in the club.
So you might, if there wasn't a Terrell Suggs and you weren't playing Arizona State, it might be Frosty Rucker, Montreal Alouettes, middle linebacker.
Never.
You might be in the CFL.
Or probably not.
Now I remember.
I believe in my stuff. No.
Now
So,
listen, T. Suggs is, if not top 5,
it's incredible.
lineman I've ever seen play.
He's incredible.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we're cool now. But I remember him. I remember his last year at Arizona State, and he was in. I think they were in the Holiday Bowl, and he was dominating. He was treating them guys like they were in junior high.
Oh yeah.
I think he had like 5 sacks.
Dude,
and there was charges at the game like he's better than us. Like they interviewed a couple of the Chargers. They go, no, he could be on our team right now.
Right now.
You know, and that's when I noticed him. So when they drafted him, I remember when the Ravens got him, I go, damn it, because I remember he came out the same year as Carson Palmer.
Yeah. And
Kyle Bowler was the quarterback, and I remember I was doing some work for the Best Damn Sports Show on Fox Sports.
Wow, that goes
like I go
back.
on there and do this thing called the White Report, where I just describe what the white guys did this weekend in sports. It was a very short segment.
I'm looking it up.
Gary with the White Report.
YouTube.
And yeah. And I'll tell you about the White Report in a second, but I remember Terrell Suggs came on, and I was there that day, and Kyle Bowler was with him, and they said, okay, Kyle Bowler or Carson Palmer. He goes, my man here, Bowler all day.
You said it?
No, he said it. Terrell Suggs.
Oh.
But that's his teammate. Neither of them had played a game yet. But I remember
he had a side with
yeah,
him.
he was like, my man Bowler all day. Cal Berkeley, he goes, dude. I was like this.
Yeah, I was like, didn't you sack him a whole bunch of times in college?
Yeah. So
Right.
I did this thing on the Best Damn Sports Show called the White Report. And I did it a few weeks, and then I'll never forget, it was part of this news report. And the newscaster got fired. He got in an argument with one of the producers, and I wasn't even there. And so they called me, they go, we don't know where to put this thing, because it was like Saturday Night Live. Like he would kick it to me, and I'd be like, hey, this week in white sports, this
So
what
you
happened.
had to improv it.
Yeah, so I wrote all my stuff, and then I read out the teleprompter, and then they go, we got nowhere to put you. So him getting fired, I got fired.
Just
They
like
had,
that.
they had nowhere to put the White Report in the show.
Oh,
You know what I
just
mean? So
got out
I was
just
like, dude, the
that.
guy got us both fired. Then because they just
Sizzle.
never called back. They was like, that was it.
I wonder what happened.
I wasn't there. They said he got in some kind of argument with one of the producers on the show, and they fired him, and then it was gone.
Wow.
And I was like, appreciate it, guys. It's like Roseanne. Roseanne does that, and the show gets taken away, and they don't think about all the other people that got laid off because she made a racist comment. I don't know what happened with that, but so now you're with the Raiders.
Yeah, you're 13.
Now, how you guys looking this year?
We'll be good. We'll be all right, man. I
You
like
have no
ours.
idea. I'll tell you why I know you have no idea.
Why you say it like
Because
that?
I just ran into you last week at the gym, and
Oh, you're really going to tell this story?
yeah. So I'm sitting there, and Frosty, I hadn't seen him in a while, and I was like, "Yo, I want you to come on my podcast, man." Yeah. We're talking about that, and I see, you know, that dude over there is on the Raiders, right? There was a dude working out that was on the Raiders, and Frosty goes, "What?" And I go, he looked at me, he goes, "Dude, I've only been like OTAs. I don't know anybody. I stick with the D linemen. I don't know the offensive guys and the DBs." But the guy
You
got
would do
released
this.
by the Raiders, and that's why you didn't know him. He got released at OTAs.
Well, that's why.
And I was like, here's the thing, as a naive fan, you go to this private gym. The guy only works out athletes and me, you know, 'cause
Yeah.
I guess he's cool with me. But, you know, you just assume the NFL guys know each other. You just assume.
No, and I'm in a whole nother like generation. Like,
is true.
A whole decade before, you know.
It's like that with comedians. Like, people just assume I know everybody.
And
I don't
you
know the
can't.
open micers in Milwaukee.
No.
I don't. That's 2 Milwaukee references in one episode. I don't know the open mic dudes in Des Moines.
Ooh,
You know,
that's
so
Iowa,
you just
right?
don't.
Is that Iowa?
That's in Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they just assume we know everybody. Now I want you. This is what I want you to break down, because I learned this.
Tell me.
When you're in the NFL,
Right.
and people call you for tickets, how many free tickets do you get per game?
We get 2 free tickets.
2.
But we have to 2 free, but they're not free because you have to pay the tax on them. That's a veteran.
What's the
move.
tax?
I don't know, but you got to pay it.
And so when you see guy with 10 tickets, so
You
he's
just
out of
know
pocket.
he got hit. Yeah,
He's out of
straight
pocket.
up, straight up. You know,
And that's why I don't ask. A lot of times I don't ask guys for tickets, because I when I found that out. Now the only time I was a little salty was when Hushmanzada and Ocho Cinco was with the Bengals. Hushmanzada had a suite and Ocho had a suite, so I would just hit them up for 1 ticket.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
get
"Yo,
in.
let me get in."
Yeah.
And they all when Ocho left and TJ left, I go, "God dang it,
my tickets.
my tickets are gone." And this is the Bengals front office though, because I'll have my publicist call the front office if I want tickets now. And but I don't want to say that Carlos Dunlop and his crew always leaves me a ticket, because I usually come solo to games. They always take care of me. And then if I show up, they get mad if I don't call them. Tiffany, his assistant, be like, "You didn't call us. You was at the game." I go,
Right.
"I didn't want to bother you. You know, I know his family's in town." But I called the Bengals. I've asked the Bengals front office 2 times for tickets in my life. One was against the Raiders when Palmer came back.
Ooh,
when he was with the Raiders. You
that's
guys
a big game.
annihilated the Raiders.
I wasn't there, but that was a big game.
8,000 empty seats. And the Bengals said no when I asked for tickets. So, and I don't want to say the Bengals. It was the guy that my publicist got a hold of. And she called me like dumbfounded. She goes, "Gary, they said no." And I went, "Huh?" Now keep in mind, I've called numerous NBA teams, numerous NFL teams. Nobody's ever said no.
No.
Now, I'll know where I stand by where my seats are. Like
Got
there's
it.
some teams I'm way up top.
You just got some tickets.
Some teams I'm on the field, front row. Where do you want? I'm in the suite. I mean, it just depends on the team. You don't know who you're at.
Right.
But nobody's ever said no. The only team was the Bengals.
That's your team.
And I've roasted them. Like I went in, like I roasted them in 2005, went in the training camp, roasted them.
Yeah.
And I rep them hard. Well, the guy that said no, I think his last name was Sales. Brian Sales was his name.
Couldn't tell you.
He's in the front office somewhere. He said no, and he found out I was going on NFL Network that Tuesday.
Did he make it right?
So they tried to get a hold of me.
They try to give you the team.
Like, yo, no, they was like, he wants to talk to you.
You want to pick the first pick?
And I was like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I don't need you. I bought tickets to the game, and I bought tickets front row right behind the bench, the Bengals. But I paid extra. I said, I'm just going to buy a ticket. So I went and I sat behind the Bengals bench, and like, I got there an hour for the game.
So you
and I remember it's
never
like, reporters were coming up. Some of the players that were hurt were coming up, and I'm just BSing with them because I'm right in the front.
Right.
And then and they're like, I was telling them the story, like, "Hey, who the hell's this Sales guy?"
Right.
And they
The
was like,
bottom of
"You should have
this.
called me. You should have called me." And I was like, and then last year, okay, Marvin Lewis got roasted, and his secretaries called me and asked, "Hey, can you help us write jokes for Marvin to get roasted?" And I said, "Okay." So I help him write a roast for Marvin. I don't get paid. I don't get nothing. Right. I just did it. I'm thinking I got to end.
Right.
So last year I called for one game. It was the Texans. It was at a Monday night game or Thursday night game. It was I think it was Monday night. The Texans were playing the Bengals. And I said, "Yo, it was the only game I only made 3 games last year. Only game I was going to be in town. Can I get tickets?" No, they came with some. We already gave our comps out.
Huh.
And then I called Houston and got field passes. I called the Texans.
Wow.
Because I knew people in Houston's front office. They said, "Yeah, we got you." So I call them. They leave me field passes. Then Ocho and TJ's getting honored. It's the 50th anniversary. They say, "Man, come sit in the suite." So I go up to their suite, sit with them.
You all the way live now.
And then the secretaries come in that said no. And I was like, I could have sat in this suite.
With the guy.
I know these guys. You know what I mean? I'm not some fan that's going to be looking at pictures and freaking out.
Right.
So her face just went, "Hush. How you doing?" But I was just thinking, guys, you got an advocate for your squad here,
No.
man.
There's not many out there.
You got Nick Lachey, and they take care of Nick.
Oh, yeah.
You got George
Because he's
Clooney.
going to sing for him.
Huh?
He's going to sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
He's going to do that part.
But let me walk around the stadium, see who gets stopped.
hey, The Budweiser's over there.
Yeah.
You can put
Talking about the Raiders. Now, I went to a Raider game last year, and I had never experienced the black hole before.
Oh, man.
And they offered me, the guy that I knew with the Raiders, he offered me a sweet ticket, and I go, no, I want to be in the mix. I want to be amongst the Raiders. So it was funny. So I didn't know how hot it was going to be, though. So it was September. It was hot. They were playing the Ravens. So I'm baking now. I go, okay. So I call the guy. I go,
all black.
I go, can I get up in the club section real quick? I cool off. So I called him. So he said, yeah, you just come up there. I'll tell the security guy you're coming. So the guy that let me into the club section was just the guy at the door. You got to have a wristband on. I go into the club section. All of a sudden, there's this old lady. Oh, and I always say, people always get on me because I say what color people are. I just like to give people a visual. Old black lady. She goes, where's your wristband? And I go, no, I'm friends in the front office.
Like an auntie or a granny?
Auntie, but she's somebody's granny and somebody's auntie.
Okay, I got it.
Like, this was her job, and she was taking this shit serious, right? She goes, she wouldn't let me answer. She goes, where's your wristband? I go, I'm a guest of that. Where's your wristband? I go, she goes, you gotta go. Like, it was that fast, right? She calls the cops, because there's cops at the Raider games, right?
Really?
These two cops, this white cop and black cop started to walk towards me. The white cop didn't know who I was. It was like the hood looked out for me. The cop's coming towards me. As he's coming towards me, people started to recognize me. Mexicans and black people, right?
Oh, the guy.
The cop couldn't get to me. When I tell you it was about 20 people wanting pictures, he could not physically get to me to kick me out because they didn't see him. So they're coming, and I'm like this, yeah, I'll take pictures.
Oh, now you're amping it up.
Let's get another one. Bad angle. So he goes, and he's looking at me, and then finally, after 5-10 minutes of taking pictures, he walks up, and he goes, man, I was trying to tell her. I go, I made up a name. I said, with the front office, they just invited me out. I said, I told them I'm at this comedy club in the Bay that night. And I was like, so I just came to the game. I said, that's why I didn't have a wristband. I said, I just walked up here. And he goes, no, you good. And then the lady goes, why isn't he out? And then the cop had to tell her, he's fine. He's good. He goes, wait, I'm supposed to have a wristband. And then she walked away. But I remember... It was, it was out of a movie. It was like some Selena shit because the cop was coming, but he wasn't being a dick. He was just like, he didn't really know what was going on, but she was so great. He's got to go.
Wow.
And he could not get to me. It was 20, 30 people that stopped him from getting to me.
Right.
So, our prediction this year. Raiders record?
I think we win. I can't say that. I don't know. I can't say that. Let me get the
over under 9. 9 wins.
Over.
Okay.
Over. A lot of shakeup in our division if you look at it with new quarterbacks in Denver and Kansas City.
That is big. A lot of people are picking the Chargers like to go far. I didn't see it, but I guess that Bosa's a beast. Is he that good in person?
Yeah.
He's a monster.
He's nice.
Yeah, he's a monster.
He's nice.
His whole family's like
that. Yeah.
But I think a Thanksgiving conversation is not getting too deep at the Bosa household.
No.
It was a good game. It was.
Imagine those like body slams and stuff that they've had. It's like the Gronks.
They literally are the Gronks without the press yet.
It's coming.
Because let me tell you something. The way Bosa is Spicoli from Fast at Ridgemont High.
Love that shit.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That is literally that's Joey Bosa. I can't get enough of him hearing him talk because it's so
surfer.
Oh, it's just like, what's up? Like, he shouldn't have been at Ohio State. He should have been at UCLA.
He's a bro.
Yeah,
he's
at
a
USC.
Bro.
Yeah. There's a lot of cake stands at Ohio State when he was there. A lot. Well, anyways.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nah. I love him.
Yeah,
I love him, man.
Nothing wrong with that. I've done that.
Nah. Those are the best guys because there's such a like an innocence to him.
Yeah.
Like, you're not.
Just do it, man.
He just, I'm playing ball.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one that his life will not be incomplete without a Super Bowl ring. He's like, oh, I'm good.
He's cool with it.
No, I'm fine, man. It's fine.
I heard the kid busts his ass and works hard, and it shows when he plays, though. I like watching this film.
His little brother's at Ohio State right now, too.
He's a monster.
I heard the little brother's better
we'll see.
than him.
We'll see. We'll see. It's a lot of time to get there, but...
Where's his dad at? That's all genes.
I don't know.
When you got brothers like that, like the Gronks, it's clearly a gene pool.
Right, yeah.
And then the dad putting the weight room in the basement.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all genetics and DNA, man.
Right. I actually was talking to Chandler Jones about that, because all three, both his brothers are, one's a Super Bowl champion and, Bones Jones, and just...
Oh, you're talking about John Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, his brother's Chandler Jones.
I played with him in Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Where's he at now?
Arthur played, and he won Super Bowl with Baltimore.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so they don't get as much press as they should, but he was just telling me little things that his dad did. It wasn't a weight room, but had them wrestling and doing things like that and getting their core strength. And all three of them are just badass dudes, man.
God, my son's 17. I started too late. Damn it.
On the road, Gary. On the road, Gary.
He did open up for me though.
Hey, I seen that.
Yeah, he's on YouTube. Yeah, he's funny, man.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah,
You see
he's
yourself in him, or is he his own guy?
He's always quirky.
Oh,
My son's quirky.
okay.
It's different.
Okay.
It's almost like it's like if he was an athlete, he'd be playing a different position.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you're the best 3-point shooter, and he's down there dunking.
He's
on
a
people.
center.
Yeah.
You know what I
Got
mean?
it.
That's what it is. 'Cause granted, he's got it. But you know what it was when my son started opening up for me? Well, he's only opened for me a few times, but he was always on the road and he was bagging with my guys. And
You're like,
and
you can
killing
do
them.
this.
Like he was in a back seat and somebody would be like, what do you want to eat? And he'd be like, ask your mom. This is like at 14. I went, what? And
Love
like
it.
and then he'd just like look up. Like the shit-eating grin on his face, like I was like, and we're all dying because you don't expect it from a 14-year-old.
This is what he
Ask your
does.
mom.
It's in him.
Right. And then I got an Asian guy that's my opener now, and he's my web guy. And he'll just go off on him. What are we eating today? Fried rice.
Oh,
Like, he'll
so
just
they're
go up.
going back
Yeah,
and
like
forth.
like
All right.
what are we going for lunch today? Fried rice.
So he's got it in him.
He's got it. He's quirky. I think he's not motivated right now.
We'll get there. He's
like
finding
a-
his way. This is the time to find your way.
If he was an athlete, I would say he's a D1 athlete with a D3 work ethic.
Oh,
That's how I describe him.
you got to teach him. You got to be around to teach him, but you're working.
Dude, he's on the road with me. I think he's gained some respect for me being on the road because I think he thought Dad just hung
Kicked
out.
it and went to the club.
But he never saw me working.
Oh,
So now he's been on the road with me. He goes,
watching
oh,
you write it out.
Dad
and
be bossing people around and gets mad if shit ain't right.
you
know
don't
what
get
I
mad
mean?
at home.
Oh, nah. My daughter made fun of me because she goes, one time my wife said, I had to whoop my daughter for something. And she said, I went up and went, don't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
She said it was the
baby
lightest
girl,
tap,
baby
like-
girl.
But it was my daughter.
Yeah.
My son, I've got him in headlocks.
Like-
I did a head and arm with him one night and flipped him over my shoulder and had him down. I go,
They
you
had to
think
let
you're the
him know?
boss now?
You had to let him know.
You think you're the boss?
Okay,
And then he acted like he was going to run away. He got up like,
you ain't going.
I said, you
nowhere.
ain't going nowhere.
You gonna get
Plus, we
some
live in a
snacks.
safe neighborhood. I
Go
go,
get some snacks and lay down.
right. Where are you going?
Yeah.
I'm going to the Sonny's. He'd be at the neighbor's house.
At their pool. Get over here.
Yeah, he's in the pool. Yeah, you run away from my house into a neighborhood, it's like this. Ooh.
Oh,
He's running the mean streets
right.
with Spring
Hopped in a
Meadows.
carpool somewhere.
There's no bus out. There's no hood. Like, where are you going?
Right.
Oh, the neighbors would call him like, we saw Austin.
Yeah. You didn't
Yeah.
have a skateboard though, so
He's fine.
he used Johnny's.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, look, I appreciate you coming on.
All love, man. Thanks.
You got me a gift.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah.
grab the gift?
Yeah, I got you a mini-
I had the USC hat posted this time.
but I got you this because you're my guy.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
mini helmet.
And I haven't signed it, so
Here's
maybe
the thing
I will.
about the mini helmets, though.
What's up?
Is I only got 3. I got Bengals, the Cardinals, and the Raiders. 3 of your teams.
Oh,
And who was? I don't have a Browns one. He was
Yeah.
at the Browns. What year was you with the Browns?
I think 2012.
You said you think.
Exactly.
Was it as dysfunctional as people say?
No, it's not.
As okay.
No, well, I mean,
Didn't have
right
the
when I got
talent.
there, they sold the team, so yes, it was.
Just didn't have the talent.
No, they got good guys.
Now
Guys
they
work
do.
hard.
They got some talent
They got a
now.
Squad, and we should have been talking about that.
Whoo! The Browns got some talent.
We play them this year too, and hey,
The Raiders play them.
yeah,
Oh, that's right.
in Oakland.
That's right, because the AFC North plays the
Yeah.
AFC
Yeah.
West.
There we go.
Yeah, so the Bengals play the Raiders, the Chargers. Yeah, I'm gonna make some road trips
This
this
is
year.
live, man.
I'm actually in.
You got a ticket if you come.
Well, let me
Maybe
tell you, the
not.
Raider game.
Text me.
You're right, the Raider. What about away games? You got to get 2 tickets? But your seats are so
No,
shitty.
yeah, they're shitty.
I don't ever ask for road tickets from a player.
We'll figure it out. You know what it is. Not like you can't pay for it. Anyways,
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a great road ticket story. Is I always said when Hushmanzada and Ocho Cinco's with the Bengals, I call him back. Can I come to a game? Well, there's one game I had both my sons and my cousins. So I needed 4.
so you knew
I
it
didn't
was a
bother
stretch.
them.
You knew it was like I can't call nobody.
So I called Edgerrin James, who was running back
Colts?
for the Cardinals at the time. Cardinals came to play the
yeah.
Bengals that year. And this is right. I think it was like Kurt Warner's like first start. So it was like Leinert's rookie year. It was the year before they went to the Super Bowl.
Got it.
So everybody thought Warner was washed up, and he balled against the Bengals that game. We kept going so high. My son goes, when we go on inside? He was like 5 years old, and I go, oh, we're not going inside this game. We're sitting outside. He goes, what? He started doing this. He goes, he goes, I'm rooting for the Cardinals. Like that was gonna give me. He goes, I'm rooting for the Cardinals. He watched the whole game like this.
Man.
Wasn't crying because it wasn't nothing to cry about, but he was so mad.
That's funny.
And we stayed for the whole game. It was freezing, and I stayed for the whole game to spite him.
Yeah,
you spoiled motherfucker. Yeah. That's why I looked at him. You spoiled motherfucker.
Spoiled people.
But we kept going up. I was like, I didn't know the stadium went that high.
You're in a blimp or something?
But when you get up there, it doesn't seem like bad seats because you can see the whole field.
Yeah, but they just look like Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
And
growing up, that's the only place I sat. I might go to. Listen, growing up, this is how big a Bengals fan I am. Growing up, the only thing I asked for every birthday was Bengal tickets. Every year I said, I just want Bengal tickets. I want to go to one game every year.
That's cool. That's reasonable.
Classic my mom. It's preseason.
Oh,
so it was always preseason games.
Free tickets,
and it was way up top, but I didn't care. I was like, yo, and it seemed like they played the Packers every year. I saw them play the Packers twice growing up.
When you were growing up, were you the type of guy that would bring snacks with him or buy them there because they're expensive? How would you do it?
Oh, we didn't have any money. I just starved.
Yeah. You just didn't even eat?
We didn't eat.
Oh, got it.
I would get a hot chocolate.
Ooh.
I always thought the stadiums had the best hot chocolates. Yeah, we didn't eat.
Never had one.
I always felt bad. Like, because if I went with my stepdad, I definitely wasn't asking him for shit. And my real dad was too busy partying at the game. I was like, he might come over and like, hey, you want to bite of a hot dog?
I'm
like,
over here, though.
I can't get my own. My dad would offer me a bite. Here, man. Like this. Why can't I get my own hot dog, Dad?
That's funny. That's funny.
He literally buy one and then let's flip it.
Yeah,
there you go, man.
Bite,
all right, you good?
Move the relish over.
You 9.
That's funny. You don't care. You're all right.
Well, me and my dad used to always go to Barley Corns after the game, though. And I remember I thought they had the best wings.
Someone told me that they had the best wings.
And potato skins. There was one downtown on the water. It was a boat, Barley Corns. That's where we always used to go after the game growing up. It was great memories with my real dad when the Bengals game, because he would take me.
He would have fun. He was fun.
He was fun. He was a partier though. But my dad had me so young. He was 18.
Oh,
so I'm going. You got to realize.
Like
I'm 9 years old going to the game with my dad. This fucking guy's 27, chasing hoes at the game. Like literally, I saw him like going after girls, like at the game. Like, damn, baby. I'm like, my dad.
Yeah.
Or he'd say, hey, Gary, sit here. And he asked one of his friends to like watch me. And now looking back on it, he was trolling.
Yeah.
Trolling for girls. He's walking around the stadium like, yeah. Hey, Gary, you good? That's when he'd buy me snacks.
Yeah.
When he went to go look for hoes, my dad'd be like this. Yo, what you want? Popcorn? You want soda?
I'll be right back.
Both.
I'll be right back.
And I was content.
Yeah.
I was the happiest kid ever.
You didn't get your popcorn in the fourth quarter?
I'd be looking at my dad like this. Get any numbers?
Yeah. How can I help?
Right. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. Best of luck this season with the Raiders.
Thank you.
Healthy. That's the main thing. Because, man, you guys go through it. And I always tell people, man, football players earn every nickel they get paid. Because the shit they put, I've been to practices and I've been up close to games.
Right.
When fans say, I'm fucking greedy and ain't worth that shit, I go, dude, try getting hit by a 300-pound dude.
I have no idea.
That can move.
Just think about it. The practices are all-star games too.
Right.
You're always being evaluated, And
I got hit by a guy. Let me tell you something. In high school, I got hit by a guy who ended up at Ball State. And I thought he was the greatest football player I'd ever seen in my life.
Smoked you.
And I was like, he's going to Ball State?
Like, Ball State was huge then.
In my mind, that dude was going to Miami or UCLA or Oklahoma.
Anything.
Ball State. And I thought he was the biggest freak of nature I'd ever seen in my life. Ball State. I was like, what? What are these D1 athletes like?
A little different.
Man, that's why I say NFL players earn every nickel. That's why I'm not mad at Le'Veon Bell.
No.
Right
Get
now.
your money.
Get your money when you can get it, man. It's such a short, like you're an anomaly. 13 years in the league. That's not normal.
Here's the thing. I'm going to put this out there for these younger guys because, my time's dwindling away. This is year 13. Don't sign 5-year contracts. Just sign a 1-year deal and just make them pay you. If they want your services, they'll pay you. If not, you're out of there. And you can do it again before you're 30. Just keep signing smaller deals.
Smaller deals.
Smaller deals.
Because they can,
to me.
Because isn't how the NFL works? And you could tell me, you sign a 5-year deal, but they cut you year 3. You don't get paid year 4 and 5.
No, it's only your guarantees, and usually your guarantees are at the beginning of it. So
that's why guys hold out, right?
Yeah.
For the
but they want
signing
the
bonus is the
deal,
big
but
one.
then who knows? When you turn 30, we got to go a different direction. You only play 3 years of it when you could have played a couple years at 1 year deals at 15 and 10 million and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And hit them.
That's
Darrell
why
Revis did it.
Darrell Revis?
That's what I kept seeing. He kept signing those deals like Tampa and then.
Right.
They're 1 year deals and just hitting them every time.
Because I always say when ESPN reports,
juice.
and this is how people that don't know, when ESPN reports he signed for 5 years for $100 million, but 35 guaranteed. I said, so he signed for 35 million.
That's it.
Yeah. The 65 million, that ain't guaranteed.
No, that's if you brought a Super Bowl and something else. But sometimes getting a Super Bowl, it wasn't in your control. Or not getting there in your control.
Right.
So get your sign.
Shout out to Russell Wilson. Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry about that. Had to get it there. Coach Carroll can take the joke.
Yeah. PC. Put it on him.
Yeah. Nah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming out, man.
Yeah,
all right. This is Gary Owen with the Get Some podcast. Frosty Ruck, you want to shout out your social media?
At The Organic Frost. Check me out. Family dude, Lakers fanatic, and go.
So you ecstatic with the LeBron being there.
Raider Nation.
We tried to say goodbye 5 times. We'll put your we'll put it on for you.
Okay.
We'll put a graphic.
You got a person for that?
Yeah. Because right now my fans about how you spell organic.
Oh, don't say
I know my fans.
I'm one of them. Don't say I can spell.
A lot of my fans are like, okay, O-R-G. We'll put the graphic up in the link.
Said it, but
all right.
Appreciate you.
All right, Frost, thanks, man.
Got it.
If you want to listen to my podcast, just go to iTunes, search Gary Owen, hashtag get some. What's up, everybody? This is Gary Owen. Get some.
That's like the thing too, man. There's a myth out there about the size of a guy's thing is the size of his feet. That shit ain't true. If it is, man, think about Shaq. He's got 22-inch feet. Be careful, ladies. It's a public service announcement, man. Once he has walking bow-legged, every time a leg has come to Orlando. That's too big, man. Ain't no lady gonna want 22 inches up in her. And that's the thing, man, as a guy, man, we don't have big ones. We don't have big things. We have a penis. That's all we got. We have a penis. We don't have a dick, we have a penis. It's not a big word. It's not a big thing. That's why we wear clothes, to cover up our small penis. You don't see nothing else. No other mammal on this planet wears clothes, do they? Now, you ever see like the jungle and the water? You ever see like a horse? That's a dick. That's a dick. We have a penis. A horse has a dick. That's why we talk. We talk to try to get some sex. I got a car, I got a new job, baby. I'm clean. Come on, let's do it. Horse ain't gotta talk. Got a big ass horse dick. Just flapping in the wind and shit, We just be roaming around. Derby, the horse's dick is bigger than the jockey and stuff. Like, damn! What a bitch! And some of these animals, man, they can do sexual feats I can only dream about, Like a male lion can mate up to 50 times a day, every day. That's why he's the king of the jungle right there and stuff. I didn't see that part of Lion King. I gotta read that shit again. Oh, I missed that part. No wonder Simba was tired a little bit. Like a male pig can have a 30-minute orgasm. 30 minutes! That's why pigs are fat and lazy, they're tired! That's why the nose all puckered up in the front, and the tail's all curled up in the back, and they make that noise. You have a 30-minute orgasm, you gonna make that noise, I'm sorry. Just, oh shit! Oh God! Oh, you smell bacon? You smell bacon? Oh God! Fuck more pork, girl. Farmy coming, what you want to eat? Just give me some slop, boss. Yeah. I got 2 more heifers to do today. I can't even eat a ham sandwich no more, man. I can't even do that to the pig. I just be looking at him. Put it down, put it down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Owen with the Get Some podcast. You can listen to this on iTunes. Just search Gary Owen, Get Some, or go to YouTube. Watch it on my YouTube page, youtube.com/Gary Owen. The Warriors just beat the Cavs in the NBA Finals. I'm a Cavs fan. And I'm not really a Cavs fan. I am a LeBron James fan. So wherever he goes, I go. So, being from Cincinnati, I didn't grow up on a hometown team. When I grew up, my team was the Knicks because of Patrick Ewing. And then when the end of Patrick Ewing's career, it was hard to keep up. I mean, he went to the Orlando Magic. He went to the Seattle Supersonics. But I went wherever Ewing went, and I rooted for him. So I'm in the same way with LeBron. So, where he goes next year, I'm going to go. But I will say this before I get into the NBA Finals. Currently, as I'm recording this, I'm actually in the Bay Area. It's a suburb called Pleasanton. I really think Northern California has the best mornings because even if it's going to be 80 degrees, the mornings are still a little cool. Like you can wear a hoodie or a sweatshirt, but you can wear shorts and a sweatshirt. And I'm a coffee dude. I like to start my morning with some coffee. Ain't nothing like a hot cup of coffee when it's a little brisk outside. Like for the Midwest, if you've never been to the West Coast, it's like the fall when you wake up like September, October. That's what Northern California feels like in the morning. And then it still might get 80, 85 degrees, but the mornings are always seem like being the high 50s, low 60s. I love that weather. So for me, there's no better mornings than Northern California on the West Coast. So anyways, I digress. So I've been here and they got great fans, but everyone asks me, I don't lie. Who you rooting for? I'm like the Cavs. I'm a LeBron guy. So I've been getting it. I don't think I've ever seen LeBron James more frustrated. I mean, game one, JR makes the dumb play, wasn't locked into the game. And we find out LeBron punched something in the locker room, bruised his hand, sprained his wrist a little bit. And if you see some of the timeouts, man, they released one of game one in between the fourth quarter and overtime. And then game 4, game 3, I mean, he's so frustrated. And I can't remember any other player where he completely holds the balance of power in his hands like LeBron. Basically next year, the two best teams are going to be Golden State and whatever team LeBron's on. That's going to be the two best teams. Everybody else is going to fall back. I don't care who everybody else gets. Because a lot of people think Houston, because they went 7 games with the Warriors that, they're ready to go. They're ready to go. But, I mean, Houston's got a lot of decisions to make. And it was all lined up this year. It was like a perfect storm for them to compete with the Warriors and beat them. And then Chris Paul pulls his hamstring. And, they lost. They pretty much lost the series after that. But it reminded me of when the Pacers had Reggie Miller. And everybody said, watch out for them. They got the Bulls number. But they could never get past the Bulls, or they couldn't get past the Knicks, or they couldn't get past the Magic. And then when they finally break through, Reggie wasn't in his prime. That year of 2000 when they played the Lakers, Reggie Miller was he wasn't Reggie Miller from 95 and 96. That's when Reggie was in the zone, locked in. And I don't think even then when they played the Lakers, I think the Lakers had so much more talent than the Pacers. And they lost in 6. And I don't think anybody ever really thought the Pacers were going to win that series. I think everybody knew it was the Lakers here. Lakers had to basically implode like they did against Detroit to lose that series. So that's who the Rockets remind me of, is those Pacers team from the 90s. They were always in it. They were always good, but they just couldn't quite get over the hump. Now, there's so many options for LeBron. I mean, everybody's talking about Philly, Houston, the Lakers, staying with the Cavs, San Antonio. Where I'd like to see him go personally, I'd like to see him go to San Antonio. Because if he goes there, then nobody can accuse him of doing what Durant did, joining a team that was already stacked and ready to go. Because honestly, San Antonio lost in the first round of NBA Finals. And I think LeBron has never had a Hall of Fame coach him. I mean, I think Tyronn Lue's a good coach, but he's not like Popovich or Brad Stevens or Phil Jackson. He's a good coach. He's very much like Eric Spoelstra. He benefited from LeBron, and he is a good coach. He'll probably be coaching for the next 20 years, God willing, with good health. But personally, I'd like to see LeBron in San Antonio. Just if they can keep Kawhi Leonard and bring LeBron in, nobody's gonna get a rebound in a tie game and dribble the ball out. Papa's gonna make sure everybody's locked in, and no, he makes sure he gets those players like that. So that'd be my first choice. Second choice for me would be Houston, obviously, because I think it's the best chance for him to get a ring. So I think you doesn't go to Philly. He's definitely not going to Boston. He's not going there. And I think it'd be for LeBron's legacy. I think he's better off going to the West because, if he goes to the West, then the power shifts completely to the Western Conference. And granted, he might not make it to the NBA Finals because he's got to get through Golden State. But if he gets through Golden State, then I think the NBA Finals would be a cakewalk, which whatever team he's on. And that's including Boston. That's how I see it. I think San Antonio 1, Houston 2, and people are talking about the Lakers, but I don't know. Lakers got too many holes to fill. And if he stays in Cleveland, only problem with LeBron staying in Cleveland is LeBron's got to commit first. Like he's got to say, I'm staying. And then he's got to trust management to bring in some big time free agents. And I don't want to hear, well, they got the number 8 pick. It's rare anymore an NBA rookie comes in and just completely impacts the team. And you never know what it is. I mean, look at Philly. They had a number 1 pick. Didn't do much. Lonzo Ball, number 2 pick. Did okay. I mean, without his dad and the hype, he was just a decent first round player this year. He was good. Wasn't great. Had his moments, but he wasn't like some NBA All-Star. And then you got Donovan Mitchell. He was like the 13th pick. And Ben Simmons wasn't even really a rookie. That's year 2 in my book. So you look at those rookies, and Jason Tatum from Boston, but he came on towards the end of the season where they had to step up. So the number 8 pick doesn't hold a lot of weight with me because you don't know what you're getting. You can't rely on rookies. You gotta. LeBron wants some veterans proven that he knows he can play with. He knows the personality, and he's going to be the man. So I think Houston, James Harden falls back. Let's LeBron do his thing. Chris Paul, we're going to find out if it's about a ring or the money with him. Because if he demands a max contract from Houston, that's basically saying we can't bring LeBron here. So I guarantee you so many people are texting LeBron this week, giving him a call. And you know what LeBron's going to do? He's going to be like, right now, I'm just going to sit back, get away with my family, and then we're going to discuss it. So you're going to see his Instagram, and he's going to be in Hawaii or Bora Bora. He's going to be at some house or resort that 9% of the country can't afford. His wife, Savannah, is going to have some bomb Instagram, Snapchat post. And that's where you're going to have that discussion. Where should I go? But when he's over there in one of these exotic places, trust his phone's buzzing with come here, man. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, but no matter where he goes, Golden State's still going to be favored to win the NBA title. And then LeBron's going to be second. So on a sad note, Anthony Bourdain committed suicide last week. It's crazy because, mental health and depression is real. And usually I would think when somebody's in a state where they're depressed, it's usually life ain't going right for them. They lost their job or relationships aren't right and everything. Anthony Bourdain died in his hotel room and he was working on his TV show. He was over in Europe. So in most people's world, he's got everything going for him. Because I'm the type that when I'm on set, I'm the happiest. I mean, I love being on the road. Don't get it twisted. It makes life worth living for me is doing stand-up. I hope I have a life like Don Rickles, where I'm just doing stand-up up until I pass away. So for me, when my day's going bad and things ain't right, I always know I can get on stage. It just makes me feel good when I'm on stage. Like sometimes I just get this sense of everything's right in the world when I'm on stage. And it's funny. It always comes on like the late show Saturday if I'm at a comedy club or Sunday. because two things are happening there. One, I'm on stage, the crowd's laughing, and I feel like they're a part of my life, and I'm validated with my jokes. And two, I know I got a check coming. Like, like Sundays are the best days for stand-ups because you're like, oh my God, I'm about to get a check. I'm about to get paid. And let me tell you something, that shit never gets old. The end of the week at a comedy club, when you go into the manager's office and they got a check for you, I don't care if that check's $100,000 or $100. That shit never gets old. That's one of my favorite moments in entertainment business is that. So if somebody was to tell me I can't do stand-up anymore, you're not allowed, and I don't have any acting gigs or TV appearances coming up, I would be I don't know if I'd be depressed or I wouldn't be suicidal depressed, but I'd be down. I guarantee I'd be down. I wouldn't be happy and perky like I am. I'd be, I guarantee this, I couldn't watch TV. There's no way if I'm not doing stand-up and I don't have any movie or TV gigs coming up, that would make me depressed watching other people on TV because I'd be like, they're living their dreams. That, it's a little jealousy factor, honestly. It'd be like, well, they're living their dreams and I'm sitting here wanting to be on there and I can't. And so for Anthony Bourdain to commit suicide, it's a level of depression I can't even fathom because in my eyes, he's doing what he loves. He's on a TV show. He's filming his TV show. He's in Europe and, he's traveling the world. What he wants to do, he like opened people's eyes to getting a passport and traveling. And I always tell people, man, my kid's got a passport at like 8 years old because you never know when you get a chance to go somewhere. And when you don't have a passport, it's not like being in prison, but you are trapped. You are confined to a certain area. When you have a passport, you can go wherever you want, pretty much. So it's sad. And I didn't realize the impact Anthony Bourdain had on people until he passed away. And I saw everybody on Instagram making posts. White, black, old, young, hip hop, country. Everybody was talking about, we can't believe it. And everybody said the same thing. You just open my eyes to what a big world we have. Travel with your kids. Travel with your kids, man. Because when you got kids growing up, if they never travel, and you live, especially if you live in a small town, you get caught up in that cycle of this is my whole world and I have to work here, and you don't get outside of it. And then if you don't ever travel, and then when you travel as an adult, you feel out of place. You feel like, oh, I don't belong here. My home is back in this small town. And I always tell, man, get out, travel. And I don't care. You ain't got to get on a plane. You can go an hour down the road. If you live in the city, drive your kids to the country. If you live in the country, drive your kids to a city and just explore. Just get out. I mean, there's so much shit in this world, man. There's so much shit I want to see. I ain't been to Egypt yet. I ain't been to Australia yet. I've been to Dubai. I've been to Qatar. I've been to Germany. I've been to Amsterdam. I've been to Japan numerous times. South Korea, obviously not North Korea. That's one place I don't want to go. Been to South Korea numerous times. Hawaii. I've been to every Caribbean island. Been to Canada. Been to Mexico. So I've seen a lot. And this is what I learned when I travel. I always come back home and I feel like I know more than when I left. I feel like when I'm out, I feel like I got a secret that some people don't have. Like, you don't know where I was just at. This is how they do it there. And I always like to strike up a conversation with locals. When I was in Japan one time, we stopped at like a rest stop in the middle of Japan. And I had an entire conversation and interaction with this Japanese dude, and he didn't speak English. And I didn't speak Japanese. Yet we sat there and had a cup of coffee and had a whole conversation just figuring it out. And we was laughing and cutting up because we both realized we don't know what the fuck each other's talking about. But he came up. What happened? Here's how we started the conversation. I was traveling through Japan with this guy named Daniel Dugar and Rodney Perry. And Dugar is a comic out of the Bay Area, and he's got this military account. So he brings a lot of comics to all these military bases all over the earth. So we did like this 2-week run through Japan. We did like 8 military bases, and we stopped at a rest stop. And Dugar had this, for some reason, he had a goatee at this time, and it came down. It was like a long goatee. When I tell you, this Japanese guy walked up to Dugar, grabbed his goatee, and like touched it. Motherfucker touched touch the black dude's goatee, right? And he just like rubbed it with his fingers, and he goes, beautiful, beautiful. And it was just like, dude, I laughed. I lost it. And then Dugar just kind of looked stunned, like, this motherfucker just touched my goatee. But it wasn't like some homosexual shit. It wasn't anything like that. He was an older gentleman. And he just went, beautiful. And that's like the only word he had. So then I started tried to have a conversation with him. And then I was like, I'm from Ohio. And I pulled up my phone and I like showed him on that where I was from. And he was like, oh. And I was like, have you been? You been? And he goes, no. And he, we were trying to have a conversation, but it was just funny. And I even took a picture with the dude and I posted it on my Instagram. And I said, in the end, people are people, and there's more nice people than mean people out there. I said, I just had a 5-minute conversation with the gentleman that's from a different country, different culture. We don't have a lot in common. I said, but we both like coffee. Because I had a cup of coffee and he had a cup of coffee. And that's pretty much what bonded us right there. It was a cool experience that in the big scheme of things wasn't a big deal, but it was just cool. But when he grabbed Dugar's goatee, woo, if that would have happened in the States, that might have been a fight. Dugar was even like, his guard was down like, whoa. He literally just grabbed it. Beautiful, beautiful. He was like, he took his thumb and his index finger, and he just grabbed it with 2 fingers and just like caressed it for a hot second. I was just like, what the fuck? So that's why I always tell parents, man, make sure you travel with your kids. Even as an adult, I just enjoy traveling. And that's why I think I got the best job in the world. I couldn't pick a better job than being a stand-up. But one thing I was getting at I got sidetracked with Anthony Bourdain is, I've never been depressed to the point where I thought about, killing myself seriously. But I did have one instance in high school. If anybody's listening to this is why we say, man, don't always think that when somebody's being an asshole or a dick or, is mean to everybody. Whenever I see like mean people are just mean for no reason, I'm like, what got them to that point? It's almost like when I see a homeless person out on the streets, I'm like, how did they get to that point? Because everybody was a baby. Everybody at some point had to have somebody take care of them to make it. At what point did you either have people stop caring for you or you just stop caring for yourself? And what was that breaking point? Homeless is interesting, and mental health it's interesting when people do documentaries on it, because some homeless people want to be homeless. And you see those crazy people that just are talking to themselves in the streets. And you're like, how do they get to that breaking point? And I think, with mental health and depression, it goes hand in hand, because it's either when you have a mental health problem and you are depressed, I think it's either you get to that breaking point where you see a lot of those people end up homeless and talking to themselves, or they commit suicide. And when I was growing up, there was only one point where I was like, I really crossed my brain, damn, if I die right now, then everybody's going to feel bad for not noticing me or not liking me. And I remember I was a junior in high school, and it was actually the summer. It was no, I'm sorry. I think it was my sophomore year. I think it was my sophomore year of high school. And I was on the football team and I wasn't playing, it was rough at home. And I skipped football practice on Tuesday and I skipped football practice on Wednesday. And we had these train tracks that ran behind my high school. And those train tracks, you could walk them, and it was probably 3 or 4 miles, and it would end up right in the back of the trailer park. The train tracks ran all the way from the trailer park all the way up to my small town, Oxford, Ohio, and they ran right behind the high school. So I walked the tracks back Tuesday and Wednesday. I got out of school and I just walked the train tracks home. And a couple times when you walk the tracks, a train comes, you just got to step off to the side of the tracks and let the train go by. And I remember walking the tracks on Wednesday. I walked home Tuesday on the train tracks and I walked home Wednesday. And in my mind, I was like, man, if a train comes, I'm just going to hop on it. I'm just going to hop on that train and I'm going to take off. I go, and then I'll disappear. And then everybody's going to be sorry that they weren't nice to me and nobody noticed me and all the other stuff. And I was really thinking about kids at school, and I was thinking about my stepdad and mom, like, then they'll be sorry. And then, and keep in mind, when I say a train coming to me jumping on it, I don't know how I was going to jump on the train. I guess I thought there'd be a homeless dude on the train, be like, hop on, kid. Let his arm out. Come on, man. We about to have an adventure. And then I was thinking, I'm going to join the circus. Or I'll catch the train all the way to L.A., not knowing that this train ran north to south, not east to west. So me thinking I'm going to catch a train to L.A., I probably would have ended up in Atlanta or Mississippi or something. But then the thought hit me. I go, but what if a train come and I jumped in front of it? I was like, then I would die. Then everybody would feel bad. Then I'm thinking the football team would have a moment of silence at the game for me on Friday night. And I thought everyone would be crying, everybody be at my funeral, and they'd feel awful for not looking out for me. And thank God the train never came. Thank God a train never came. But so when I say I thought about jumping in front of the train, I don't think I would have did it if the train would have came. But the thought came across my brain, though. Now, if a train would have came, I probably would have really thought about jumping on it, depending on how fast it was going. Because sometimes the trains go real slow. But if it had been like one of them fast trains, I'd be like, nah, fuck that. I'll just wait for a slow one. But thank God the train never came. But then Thursday morning came, and my football coach was he was an intimidating dude. His name was Doug Kraus. This guy, he's actually in the Hall of Fame of Miami of Ohio. He was a nose guard at Miami of Ohio, and he's in their college football, their Miami of Ohio Football Hall of Fame. And people might say, Miami of Ohio, what's that? There's been some good ball players come out of Miami of Ohio. Ben Roethlisberger, Sherman Smith, who's still coaching in the league. He was a running back for the Seahawks. I mean, there's always a few guys in the NFL from Miami of Ohio. But our football coach was the librarian in high school. And he pulled me aside, and he literally pulls me on the hallway, and nobody's around. He goes, Gary, and he claps his hand, and he puts his hand right in front of his mouth. He goes, and then he points his hand towards me. He goes, it's come to my attention you haven't been at practice the last 2 days. And I was like, yeah. He goes, look, man, you're an important part of this team. We need you. He was like, so you going to be at practice today? Are you want to be on this team? I said, yeah, I do. He goes, all right, you going to be there today? We need you. And I was like, I'll be there. Look, they didn't fucking need me. But the fact that my coach, and I don't know which coach noticed, if it was Coach Krause or not, but the fact that the coaching staff noticed I wasn't at practice, and the fact that he pulled me out in the hallway and told me, I need you. We need you. They didn't fucking need me. I didn't play. But he said they needed me. And I'll tell you this, I never missed another fucking practice. Ever. I never missed the summer practices, the workouts. My junior year, I was at everything. And I never really was a great football player. I was average at best. But I felt like I was a part of something. And that coach pulled me aside, changed everything. Everything after that in high school changed for me. Then and granted, I hit puberty a little bit, but I had more confidence. People wasn't laughing at me anymore. I was making sure I was making people laugh at what I was saying, not hey, look at me, I'm a loser. That was gone. I started bagging on kids in a fun way. I remember taking a bus ride home after a game my junior year of high school, and we had this guy named Tony Irwin. It was a really good high school football player. And we were just bagging on each other on the bus ride home. And he said, he made a comment about me living in a trailer park and how I wasn't shit or something like that, or a tornado comes and my house would be gone. So then I said, well, look, man, you live in a house. I said, next year, no, this had to be our senior year. Yeah. I said, next year, when you go to college and live in a dorm or you live in an apartment, you're stepping down in life. I said, I'm in a trailer park. I said, no matter where I live the rest of my life, I'm going up. I'm going up in life. You got to go down because you ain't going to be in a house next year. And then he said something like, you want to know what Gary's mom tastes like? And I said, Sonia. Sonia was his girlfriend. Man, the bus lost it. It was the timing of it. Because we were going back and forth, and it was all in fun. We was laughing. And he was like, hey, everybody want to know what Gary's mom tastes like? I was like, Sonia. It was like Tony got mad. He said, well, beat your ass when we get off the bus. I said, oh, now you mad. Now you mad. And he ended up having to laugh because when you got everybody laughing and you're the only one mad, it's you. So he had to take that L. But I would have never did that if my coach would have pulled me aside. It just goes to show, man, that one moment, more than anything, changed the direction of my life. I could really look at that moment in the hallway when my coach pulled me aside. Completely did a 180 with how I felt about myself. And I'll incorporate this with a crazy stepdad story. Was even my sophomore year of high school, I'll never forget, I busted my ass to try out for the baseball team. And I got cut. And the head coach of the varsity team pulled me aside. And he goes, Gary, man, you were the last person we cut. We couldn't decide to keep you or not. And he was like, but he said, we only have 15 spots. He goes, but I want you to be the manager. He said, if somebody becomes ineligible or gets hurt, then we can put you on the team. So I want you being on the team, being at practice, but we can't put you on a game roster until somebody becomes ineligible and gets hurt. And I come home and I asked my stepdad, I was like, hey, I don't know why I went to him for advice. This was dumb. He goes, hey, the varsity coach said I was the last guy that got cut. And he said they debated for a long time whether to keep me or not. So he wants to bring me on as the manager. And then if somebody becomes ineligible or gets hurt, I'll be on the team. You know, I'm thinking it's going to be like, well, do it, man. You know, somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get a bad grade. Nah, it's my stepdad. Manager? I would never do that shit, man. Every time the manager of the baseball team was like the loser kids. What are you going to do? Carry people's Gatorade around and the bats? So then you got to do everything. You got to clean up. You a janitor is what you are. I never get that shit. You a janitor. I was like, thanks, Dad. Appreciate that. I ended up becoming the manager. I said, I went back and told the coach, yeah, I want to do it. Man, it wasn't 2 days later, a kid got like 2 Fs. He was off the team. He was ineligible. So I was on the team after that. But I don't even know why I went to my stepdad for that. That was stupid. So anyways, the Anthony Bourdain, I didn't realize the impact he had on so many people. Listen, I'm on the road a lot as a stand-up, and I watch a lot of Netflix. I watch a lot of TV. It's funny. The show I've been watching a lot lately, and I don't know why, is Undercover Boss. That show right there, it's a good show. You got to watch it by yourself because if you're a softie, you might tear up. But I didn't realize I don't know where they get these undercover boss guys at and how they get these workers that have these terrible backstories. It reminds me of watching like American Idol and The Voice, and they always show somebody with this terrible backstory, and they're like, I just want to sing for my family or stuff like that. Undercover Boss, man, it'll be like the boss is trying to, if you don't know what Undercover Boss is, they'll find the CEO of some kind of corporation. Let's say Fuddruckers. And the CEO of Fuddruckers will go undercover and put a wig on, glasses, and he or she will go into different Fuddruckers across the country and see how they're being ran. And they'll get to know people. Like they'll get to know the chef, they'll get to know the electrician, they'll get to know the GM, stuff like that. But at some point during the day, the undercover boss is going to sit down and have lunch during a work day, and whoever is training him or her and whatever they're doing will open up about their life. And it's always some crazy sob story. You know, like, you know, I got a daughter and she's not doing well and I just want to send her to college, or I live with my mom and my mom's got cancer and she's got 6 months to live. So my paycheck goes to her. And then at the end, the undercover boss will bring everybody in to his office, and then he'll be dressed as the CEO now and be like, no way, that was you with the wig and glasses? And they'll be like, yeah, I'm Frank Smith. I'm the head of Fuddruckers. Listen, I listened to your story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a raise. I'm going to give you $20,000. And I want you and your mom to go on vacation. I'm going to pay for it. They'll say things like that. But it's getting to a point where I watch it. I'm like, this. I don't even know if it's real anymore. Because they be giving people crazy stuff. And it's all like, wow, they find these people with these terrible backstories just randomly. It's kind of crazy. You know, he goes, listen, I heard your story. I know your son is blind, so I'm going to give your son my eyes. Your son's going to have my eyes. Your son's going to be able to see. I'll go blind. No way. You're going to give my son your eyes? I want your son to have my eyes. I heard your story. I want him to have my eyes. I heard that your sister is a transgender. I'm going to give her my cock. I'm going to cut off my cock and give my cock to your sister. I want her to experience having a dick. I want that. I never open up like that to people that quick. It took me 40 years to open up about my past. These people just open up they see the cameras. It's not them sitting in a lunchroom. There's cameras there. They have to know they're mic'd. They have to know. So there's people in the room with them, and they're just opening up like that. So anyways, I like Undercover Boss, but sometimes I'm like, okay, what's the sob story? Nobody just has lunch and be like, how's it going, man? Good, man. You know, my kids are grown. They're in college. You know, I like my job. It's cool. And everything's going good. Nobody ever says that. You know what I mean? Just watch Undercover Boss and notice that shit. And then we was a little bored the other day, so we went to the movie theater. And there's so many movies out there. You know, there's Solo and the Avengers and all this stuff. We went and saw this movie called Upgraded, which I didn't see a lot of promos for. And like I always say, I like to see movies like a couple weeks after they come out, just because I don't like a crowded theater. And I do like the movie going experience. There's nothing like going to a movie theater and seeing a movie. But we went and saw this movie Upgraded, and it had a bunch of people in it that I had seen in other movies, but didn't really know their names. But it was a really good movie, man. If you guys get a chance to go see Upgraded, I don't want to tell you what it's about. Just trust me, it's a pretty freaking good movie. It's called Upgraded. And I'll tell you one girl you would know in the movie. The girl from Get Out, the mom that was the maid, the black lady that was the maid, that ended up being the white family's mom, her brain, she's in it. And she actually looks pretty good in the movie because she looks scary as shit in Get Out. I was like, I don't know who's dating her, but I'd be scared to date her at this point because every time she'd be looking at me, I'd be like, oh shit, you better take off your wig. You better come after me. Like, there's no way I could, as a dude, I was thinking, God, there's no way I could sleep with her. Just no way. I'd be looking at her like, what you about to do? Is this you? Am I fucking you? Or somebody else? Because she played that role to the hill, man. She was scary as shit. But in this movie, Upgraded, she's a detective. And she actually made herself up look pretty good. I was like, oh, okay, I see you. She was acting obviously completely different. And they, even being a detective, it's not like she's in some sexy role, but she looked pretty good. So it's a good movie. If you guys get a chance, go see the movie or look it up. Upgraded. And it's just a bunch of people in the movie that I've seen in other movies, but I don't really know who they are, their names. But there's some fight scenes in that movie that are hysterical and crazy. Like there's always movies like The Matrix that comes out. You're like, whoa, how'd they do that? It's very similar to this movie, Upgraded. The fight scenes in here are crazy. Like the camera angles and how they shot them. You're just like, how did they do that? And it's dope. And they make it almost comical, the fight scenes. Even though it's not a comedy, the main dude, he's got some funny lines in it. So I recommend the movie Upgraded, a movie that you probably ain't heard about, to go see. And listen, I always say, I love being in the entertainment business because you never know when a phone call might come. And I told you I've been on a drought with acting and everything. Well, all of a sudden, I get a couple phone calls. And this is how it works in this business. You'll go months and won't get shit. And then you'll get like 3 offers and they're all at the same time. And you got to make a decision. That shit kills me. So over the last week and a half, here's what happened with me. Will Packer called me and he offered me a part in this movie, Little, which got Issa Rae, Regina Hall, the young lady from Blackish, and they start filming in mid-June. So he goes, Gary, I want to bring you in. It's not a huge part, but it's a cool part. I was like, cool. Yeah, man, I'm down. And at the same time, I get called to shoot this TV pilot, right? And I can't really say what it's about yet, but it's a pilot. It's a legit pilot. And I told Will, I said, look, the only days I can't work are these 3 days in June. And then Will calls me back. He goes, you're not going to believe this shit, bro. The 3 days you're shooting the pilot is the same 3 days we need you for Little. I said, what the fuck? So now I got to make a choice. And I'll be honest with you, as of this moment, I still don't know. I still don't know which one I'm going to do. There's a lot that goes into it. Obviously, money is a factor, and what's going to benefit me the most in the long run. Is it going to be this movie Little, or is it going to be this pilot? Now, with the pilot, you're taking a risk because when you shoot a TV pilot, there's no guarantee it's going to get picked up. Where the movie Little, you know it's going to be in theaters in 2019. So it's like, in a perfect world, in success, the pilot is more beneficial for me. But the guarantee is the movie Little, because I'm going to be on the big screen and people are going to see me. So I still haven't decided. I'm still talking with my agent and my manager, and we got to make a decision like in the next couple days, but I don't know yet. And then on top of that, I get offered this movie on Netflix, And we were going to start shooting in June, but now thank God they pushed it to the fall. And when they push a movie, it can get pushed again. But the fact that I told you I've had a lull in movies, and then I get 2 phone calls less than a week apart for 2 different movies. It's crazy how this business works. That's what I'm saying. You never know. You get a phone call out of left field. And that's why I love the entertainment business. And that's why you can't get frustrated and you can't go off on people. And you're sitting there like, why is all this shit at the same time? But it's the problems you want to have. You want to be like, what should I do? You don't want to be like, I got nothing. You know, I would love to be like, yes, I'll do it. And then I just go start filming. But, it's good problems to have in the entertainment business when you're deciding, do I want to shoot this or do I want to shoot this? Which one do I want to do? But I got to make a decision the next couple of days. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's all I got for this week, man. Again, rest in peace, Anthony Bourdain. This will be the last one where there's no video, hopefully, because next week's podcast, I will have a video on YouTube that goes with it. And it depends on how this studio and this videographer I found and how he does. But if he does it right, then I'll be doing videos from now on. But the next podcast, next week's, will be a video. So I'm excited. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for listening. This is another episode of the Gary Owen Get Some podcast.